Have you ever looked at your email stats and thought, my list is growing, so why isn't anything happening? You're sending emails, people are opening them, but sales feel inconsistent or completely non existent. They are not sending traffic to your site so that you can make ad money. And that's frustrating. Today, we're going to talk about why that happens and the very first thing that you need to fix before you touch frequency, funnels, automations, or anything else.
Welcome to today's training, Why Your Email List is Not Converting, and the one fix to fix first. This conversation is especially important if your list has grown steadily and your open rates look fine, but revenue does not match the size of your audience, because in most cases, the problem is not effort, it's clarity.
So here's what you're going to learn. Number one, the most common misunderstanding about email conversions. Number two, why email more might not be your fix. Number three, one clarity shift that's going to improve results fast. Number four, how to disguise conversion issues how to diagnose, not disguise. It's already disguised. We don't need it to disguise more. How to diagnose conversion issues without complicated reports, and why email performance needs both content and interpretation.
So what are you going to walk away with at the end of this training? You're going to walk away with a clearer lens for evaluating your email strategy. You're going to walk away with relief from feeling like you're doing something wrong. You're going to walk away with one concrete change that you can make this week, because we are all about actions here at Learn to Blog Hangouts. And you're going to walk away with a better way to get feedback when you're unsure of what to do next. But before we dive into all of that great stuff, go ahead and text the word CONVERT, CONVERT, to 251-644-6701 to get your free printable to help you walk through doing all of these things.
How exciting is that? All right. So the biggest misconception about email conversions. If the list isn't converting, you need to email more. And you know what? There might have been a time where that worked. But right now, that's not necessarily how it's working.
It might have been, but you know what, Crystal? I feel like if that was the case, it's just because people were confused. We don't say to email more because it's not doing. We say do more of what is working. So when it is working, when it is converting, do more of that, right? Yeah. Anyway, so misconception, my bad.
This is what most bloggers assume. They assume that they're not emailing enough. They assume that they need a better funnel. They assume that they should automate more. They assume that maybe they need a new freebie.
Maybe they need a different email service provider. Maybe, right? So what do? So they add in more emails, more sequences, more complexity, more opt-ins, switch email service providers, do all the things. But what happens? The conversion doesn't improve, because the real issue is upstream. It's at the beginning of the funnel, at the tip top, right?
The real problem is unclear value for each email. Most non-converting email lists share one commonality, and that is that the reader doesn't know what the email is for. Not the topic, the purpose. They read the email,
but they don't know. Why does it matter right now? What are they supposed to do next? How does this connect to a solution that you're offering? So they consume the email and they move on.
That's right. The one thing to fix first. So before you change frequency or any of your automations or any of your funnels, we want you to ask yourself this. Does each email clearly answer one question for my reader? That question is usually one of these three things.
What problem does this email solve? What decision does this email help me make? Or what step should I take next? If the answer is not obvious within the first few lines, the top, right, above the fold, if the answer is not obvious within those first few lines, then conversion stalls. Even if your content is great, even if your product is great, even if your email is great, first couple lines, make or break it.
So, what does clarity actually look like in an email? Well, first, let's start by telling you what clarity is not. It's not being salesy, it's not writing longer emails, and it's not adding more links.
So what
Okay.
is it? Well, one main idea per email. Does it have to be one link? But one main idea. What is the idea here, right? Go back to those questions. One reason that the reader should care. Why do they care? And
Mhm.
then their logical next step. What is the one logical next step?
So, when emails try to do three things at once teach, entertain, sell they often end up doing none of them well. You have to
Yeah.
focus.
So a simple self check that you can do, no metrics required. It's not difficult, doesn't require spreadsheets. Pull up your last email and ask, can I summarize this email in one sentence? Is it obvious who this email is for? Who is the target audience for this email? And is the next step clear without scrolling? If you can't answer yes to all three of those questions, or right, then it's not your list size that's the problem.
Right.
It's the message focus.
So here is why email feels hard to fix. Number one, you're too close to the content. What feels obvious to you is often unclear to the readers. And that's the truth. Like you are so knee deep and attached to your content. It feels obvious to you, but the reader's like, I don't quite understand this. Number two, email performance is interpreted and it's not always obvious. So open rates don't tell the full story. Clicks don't explain hesitation. Number three, email sits between content and sales, which means uncertainty shows up fast. And this is why email strategies feel heavy when you're doing it all alone.
So, your key takeaway, if your email list is not converting, do not start by emailing more.
Right. There's a time to email more, but this is not it. So start by making sure that each email has a job, one job. Make sure that there's one clear takeaway and make sure that there's one intentional next step so that people know what to do next. Small clarity shifts often outperform big strategy overhauls or changes.
Yeah. So, if you're thinking, I'm not sure what my emails are communicating, well, that's not a failure. It's not. It's normal. Like Crystal said, you're too close to it, right? Email strategy lives at the intersection of content clarity, audience intent, and data interpretation, which makes it much easier to improve when you can talk through it live. And real quick, before Crystal tells us about sport, I want to tell you every time I see the word interpretation, I think about my child. So, my oldest child was talking one day and said something about interpret. And I'm like, what? Interpret. I'm like, can you spell that? Interpret, because he was reading it and reading the word looked like interpret. So we say interpret now, making fun of our kids. So every time the word has come up, I have to like stop myself from saying interpret or interpretation.
How old was he?
Oh gosh, old. 13, 14.
That's cute.
So funny.
Okay. So, where live support fits into all of this inside our mastermind, this is exactly the kinds of questions and the kinds of things that we work through together with people. So, on Wednesdays at 8 a.m., Kelly and Crystal come together and we do an office hours where we help you with current issues that you're dealing with, right? We look at real emails, we look at real numbers, we look at real audience context. These are things that when we can help someone else, oftentimes it will help you as well.
Yeah.
You're not guessing and you're not overcorrecting and you're not correcting the wrong thing, because email performance improves fastest when clarity and feedback happen together at the same time.
Yeah. So this week I want you to do one thing. Join the mastermind, obviously. The link's below. No, I want you to open your most recent, I mean, that would be great, but you can open your most recent email and write one sentence. Excuse me. This email helps my reader blank. If it's fuzzy, if it's, three or four things, if you're not really sure, you need to rewrite that first opening paragraph to make it clear, or that first opening line, or that first sentence. Right? That's it. That's all I want you to do. This email helps my reader blank. If it's fuzzy, unclear, rewrite the opening.
Email lists don't fail because bloggers aren't trying hard enough. We know you're trying very hard. They fail when messages aren't clear enough to move someone from reading to actually action. So one more time, text the word convert to 251-644-6701. When you do that, if you do not get the printable sent to you, then that means that you probably D&D'd us, which is okay. D&D stands for do not disturb. You can fix it. So here's what I want you to do. Text the word start and only the word start to that 251-644-6701. Wait about 10, 15, 20 seconds. Then text the word convert and it'll trigger you back into the cycle and you will get our messages again and our emails and our printables. This is how we deliver our printables now. So if you want to stay D&D'd, then you just won't be able to get the printable. All right. So when you want fast feedback on that clarity, this kind of question is perfect for the live office hours that I was telling you about that Kelly and I do every Wednesday at 8 a.m. in Six Figure. Okay. This is where you don't have to figure it out alone. And you're actually closer than you think to being successful, to having the support that you need, and to growing your blog in 2026.
All right, y'all. See you next time.
Yeah. We'll talk to you later. Bye.